I agree. I think this is a good one. It's much safer than dropping a collection in this kind of market, and allows them to build something for real. So I like that. That's cool.
For sure. And speaking of it, Kate, let's take a slight turn to the left. How was NFT New York? I was thinking, let's start with how was it, but then I thought, we got to get market update out the way
Yeah.
and trending. I want to hear, my brother. I saw some pictures, I saw some photos. I'm glad to see number one that your Gorilla Glue on your glasses worked because I was deeply concerned. But tell me, how was it? I know you had a great time. Tell me everything.
So I went on, I fucking deep dived into Google and like all these websites to find more pairs of these glasses. And I was able to find 2 more. And like when I tell y'all, like these are like kind of out of stock for real, they are literally the last 2. And I searched for hours. So I found 2 left in stock on this random ass website, and I bought the last 2. And so I've got 2 coming in the mail. This is my final pair that's not broken. So the one that's broken is over there in the corner. But yeah, I was doing the normal day, and they're on top of my head for a lot of it, and because they're kind of loose, they're sort of broken already, and then I dropped it like 100 times. One of them, the piece snapped off, and I was like, well, that's the end of everything. So I ran to the store, got some
shut it all down. The George Kingdom is over.
That night it was like 24 hours to like mesh together, and I was like, bro, I don't got 24 hours, I got like 5. So I went to sleep and fell asleep pushing them together to hold it in place, and then woke up and they were magically there, and they were fine for the rest of the week. They were pretty shitty, so I did have to break out these. This is the final pair, so I'm going to be very careful with these until I get the last 2. But I'm also going to be looking to outsource and create a pair that's very similar to this, but just a little bit better quality and more custom. So I'm going to figure out how to do that exactly and make my own Joyous Kingdom stuff, like my own sunglasses, because I just got new joggers, I got a bunch of new clothes and samples, the hoodies that look amazing, so it's time to take over with the Joyous Kingdom. But other than that, dude, like New York as a whole was dope. I got there 2 days early because everyone else got there 2 days early last year. No one was there this time, so I walked around. I got to hang out with Sophie, got to hang out with my friend Max, got to hang out with Katie from Ledger, and it was kind of like a chill first couple days, which was nice. And then the chaos started. Everyone got there, and it was literally chaos. Like the DeGods event was really cool. It was like on top of a rooftop. It was really beautiful. Tons of dudes there, like 99% dudes there. It's pretty funny. I went to Doodles, Blockworks, and OpenSea's collaborative event, which was interesting, and that was actually a good spread of girls and guys. And so that was kind of cool, refreshing to see just like a normal looking party. That was fun to hang out with people and just vibe out there. What else? I met everyone, dude. Like literally everyone who went. I pretty much saw them. Aside from like Thread Guy, he was at the same party. I just didn't realize he was there, and I must have just walked past him. And then Ash, Robin, I was supposed to see him, but didn't get a chance to. Everyone else there was there, and everyone showed up to the Kid Called Beast party. That was wild, bro. It was actually one of the coolest parties I've been to because it was like in this massive venue, I guess, and they had this kind of like this big VIP stage in the front with where like the DJ was and stuff like that. And I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I was able to sneak up on stage and take the Kid Called Beast head, the famous head that's all over Twitter, put it on my own head, and got a little video and photos with it on. And it was cool, dude. Like they had the walls were like huge. Like the walls were really, really tall, and the whole wall had like a projector on it. So that these Kid Called Beasts were like dancing on the walls, but they looked like giants, and it looked really, really cool. And met everyone there. Like K Money was there. A lot of people who watched the show, even like the glasses really worked. It was crazy, bro. Like every single day, multiple people walked up to me and recognized the glasses. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Met Elio Trades at the Nifty Portal event. That was amazing.
Oh, nice.
Theo and Nick. That was really, really cool. Great event, by the way, from Nifty. That was really fun. Got to hang out with Easy. Went biked with him to the DeGods event, which was pretty fun. And what else, dude? What else? There was an NFT. Not an NFT. I guess it was a Web3 show, but it turned into like a fashion runway in New York City. Luke says,
yeah, we all feel the same. We also do, I know, no, fine.
So one of the events was a fashion show. My friend was like, dude, just come. He's like, it'll be cool. And I was like, I don't know, I'm pretty tired. He's like, no, just show up. Like, it'll be cool. Bro, I walk into this place thinking it's going to be some networking Web3 thing. Bro, it's a bunch of like super rich collectors and art people, right? And I look around, I'm like, wait, there's like a ton of supermodels here. And I look at Matt, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is this? He was like, I don't know. So a few minutes later, they're like, all right, everyone, like, shut up, be quiet. Everyone, like, get on the sides. And they do an entire fashion runway show with these supermodels. And they come in, like, half of them are, like, naked. And they got, like, the coolest fashion outfits. And they're doing, like, the normal, like, you know, the runway walk thing. And they go all the way around. There's a dancer, all this crazy stuff. And I'm sitting there going, like, bro, this is lit. This is like a New York City runway show. I can't believe I'm here right now. And yeah, I was able to give away all 3 of the Joyous Kingdom giveaways for in real life subscribers. So I met more than 3, but the 3 that I was able to remember to do the giveaway, I gave away a Gucci bracelet, a Gucci wallet, and some Beats headphones. And so that was cool to do that. But dude, it was wild to see subscribers on the street. Dude, some girl on the side of the street when I was outside of an event just was like, oh my God, I love your videos. And I was like, holy shit. And we were with a group of people. This is the funniest thing, bro, because I'm not a big YouTuber. I mean, I've got like 10,000 subscribers or something, right? Not a big YouTuber, but I'm talking to these, it's me and Sophie and her two friends and like 3 of her cousins or something. And there's this other person there, and we were talking, and it was just a normal conversation. And then this girl walks by and says, hey, I love your YouTube videos, bro. In a fucking snap of a finger, the conversation changed. And I remember one of the girls just like perks up and she's like, you have a YouTube channel? And I was like, oh my God, bro, this shit is real. Like, if I had more subscribers, it'd be cooler. But it was wild, bro. The entire tone of the conversation changed when she found out I had a YouTube channel. It was so fun.
Did you end up getting any action?
No, I wasn't interested. I was there to do content, bro. I was there to do videos. I did not care.
I don't know. I saw 1 or 2 pictures where I thought, Cade's getting a bit of action.
No, not in New York. A little bit in Charleston, maybe, but not New York. New York.
I got action. Even I got action when I was in New York.
Oh shit, Philip, you were getting some action in New York?
Yeah, man. After school, obviously before Bianca and all of that. Yeah, bro.
Let's go.
I did the States for 6 months.
Damn,
I did
bro.
the UK for 6 months. Yeah, man. A nice young lady.
I mean, look, in Web3, I'm not trying to do anything risky with, because that's career stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna be here for a long time. I was like, I don't want to do some silly stuff, or I don't know. It's too risky for me. But in Charleston, bro, there's no rules in Charleston now, because that's just hometown for me. That's just like friends that I know for a while, and whoever else. Luke says Cade doesn't kiss and tell. I don't really kiss and tell much, dude. My personal life is pretty much like outside of what I post. I don't do too much.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I asked you now, you would have smiled and not answered if there was some action. So I think
I would have.
Well, he's smiling now, not answering. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Biscopon is laughing. Yeah. I mean, my story was this. I went on a trip during school, and it was before after school, during school. And it was to another country, and met this girl who was there from the States, and she was really nice. And I had a girlfriend at home here at the time. And she was, I don't know, American girls like South African accents for some reason.
All accents,
I don't understand. So this girl was like really quite interested, but I had a girlfriend, and we became sort of friends, but I kept a distance because I had a girlfriend and I didn't want to put myself in any circumstance or whatever. But we did swap numbers. So then after school, so 2 years later, I'd broken up with this girl, separate to, not for any reason to do with this American girl. And now I was finished school, and I was now coming to the States. Philip is coming to the States. Now, Cade, you won't know this, but I used to have a black phone book. A written phone book, because there wasn't even cell phones in those days. I'm talking 23 years ago. And I still have that black book in my safe at the bottom with a journal from when I was young, just like a put away. And I had a black book, a phone book with written people's names and numbers, and a little note to myself about it. So like, whatever her name is, and I don't want to say anything, whatever her name is, her number, and met in this country, and blonde hair into me, like just a note to myself that I knew who it was.
Hey.
So now I know that I'm coming to the States, right? So I was quite ignorant. I didn't realize how massive America is. So I sort of thought, I'm coming to America. This girl's in America. We got to see, like, we'll make a plan to see each other. Not we'll bump into each other. I didn't realize like different states are far away from each other, depending on where. So I sent her an email. I was going to say a telegram, but I'm not that old. I sent her an email. Hi, I don't know if you remember me. We met here and there. I'm coming to America and I'd love to get together. So she writes back and she says, I'd love to too. Where will you be? So I said, no, well, I'm going to be in Brooklyn. These are my dates and whatever. So she said, great, I will come the weekend of whatever. So I said, great. So anyway, she gets there. And it turns out, bro, she caught a plane from, I don't know where she was from. She traveled. I was blown away. I couldn't believe that it was proper like that. So I decided, so we went out for coffee and it was really nice. And but she was there for a few days and I was there for a few days. So I said to my mates, I said, look, I've got to do something special for this girl. Here, this girl has traveled, like gotten on a plane for me, spent money. There's no, like, staying in a hotel for me. There's no freaking way. So, bro, and I didn't have much money at all. I mean, I would just finish school. I'm coming from South Africa. The exchange rate is shit. And I thought, screw this shit. So, bro, the next day, I organized, like, I got a limo. I rented a limo, a limousine to pick her up. I picked her up from her hotel. I took her to the Empire State Building. We went to the very, very top. And then I took her to this like fancy-ish restaurant because there wasn't much left. And then we just like I dropped her back home. We went on the subway and walked or whatever. She helped me get around. And it was amazing. We spent like about a week together when I was there. Like every day we saw each other, we got together. And yeah, man, I mean, I didn't keep in touch after that. I mean, obviously she was very happy in America. I was very happy in South Africa. It was never going to work, but it was a very special time. It was a very there was a connection there for sure. And there was a long-term connection. I mean, there were 2-3 years before there was a connection, but I just couldn't acknowledge it because I was with this other girl. So that was my New York story.
Dude, I'm dying at these comments too. I see they're like
I haven't been looking at them. I've been concentrating on the story.
And then they called you a pickup artist. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Philip has game, Luke. I'm serious. Like, that's some serious game right there. I don't know.
I used to have game.
Bro, I'd have to be really into this girl to buy a fucking limo for the day. And I mean, it's not that expensive, but I guess, when like you're saying, you didn't have that much money, but
it was a big thing. But I wanted to show her I appreciated it.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, man. I'll tell you, I'm a romantic at heart. I'm saying you're a bigger man than me. If I was and I was good looking at your age, and I also had my long blonde hair, but if I was there in the YouTube at that stage and I had girls, I would take full advantage. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I would have, and I did. I mean, in the end of the day, that was the name of the game. It's just it is. But yeah, I am a romantic. That's what I do.
Bro, I am too. Like, I think, but we probably like accidentally vibe on that level because I am as well. But it's only when I'm enthralled by this woman. And I guess in my past I've dated some like, I don't know how I dated some of these girls, but they were just so beautiful. And I remember like when I was dating them, like vividly thinking these things where I'm like, I am so far out of my league right now. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But because I had some of those experiences, I just like, dude, I've like, especially those specific girls, like there was tons of things happening, like tons of sex happening. So I got kind of, I don't know. I never really look for that. Like, I'm not really into hookups because most of the time hookups don't feel that great. They're not great in general. So I'm kind of like, I'm good. Like, I usually just lose more.
Hookups,
really look for them.
Physical, like sex and whatever, and intimacy is something very powerful. And when it's misused, so when you don't really know each other and love each other and respect each other, it can feel not nice. But when it's, I'm not saying physically, I'm saying emotionally afterwards or whatever. But when when it is used properly, it's something amazing. It's something really, really special. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for you. Rather take it slow and do what you need to. But I wasn't the same. There was a stage where it was just like a numbers game. Go out, ask as many girls, good-looking girls that like I liked. Ask as many as possible, and you ask 10. One of them is going to say yes. I mean, it's a numbers game, And I guess sales is the same. My business is the same these days.
Sure.
Reach out to 10, and one will say yes, and then you can prove yourself to that one.
I mean, I'll tell you, I see Luke saying Web3 is too small. You're messing with the ladies. That's another thing too. Like, I know some of these people, but at the same time, like, you're only like, for example, if you talk to a girl or a guy and you've been talking to them on Twitter back and forth, you may have been in a couple spaces or whatever. That doesn't mean you know them because, and I can speak from this from very personal experience. I won't name the girl, but there was someone in Web3 that I was talking to for a while. And like the first few months was all digital, even if it was on Snapchat or something, which it was, it's still not the same. When you go in person, you go see them, you still have to like re-meet them as a human being in real life. And a lot of people will make the mistake. They'll go meet someone in real life for the first time, and they just jump in thinking both parties are at the same place mentally with who the other person is. And you might just not be. And then you might make a really bad error and, assuming something when they're sitting there going like, oh, hold on. Like I talked to 35 people a day. Like, it's not like we had this thing. Like, it's just not really worth that risk before you know them. So if, for example, if you're 3 or 4 years into the NFT Web3 world and you've met with these people in person 5 or 6 times now, you've known them for 4 years. That's very different than like, oh, we've talked a couple times and whatever. And Dan's Crypto, I'm looking for a Web3 sugar mama. Dude, so am I, man. I had one in college and they're lit. Not a Web3 sugar mama, but it's just a normal sugar mama. And I'm also looking for that too. So if you're a Web3 sugar mama, I'm down. Listen, I'm down.
Look, I'll just say in response to Luke's wife, this is an NFT show. We are in a deep bear market. There isn't a huge amount to talk about on the NFT side, and we're not going to have stories for the sake of stories. We've covered the really important stuff. I got 1 or 2 more that we'll talk about, but this is Freestyle Friday, and Freestyle Friday also contains Life Alpha, and you guys get to witness Cade and I vibing and getting to know each other, and it makes